Hello. Okay, I wanted to make this quick video real quick because I had this thought today, and I think it's a song that it really reminded me of. And then a lot of other things started like connecting in my brain. Something about, I should have looked up the song, but it's we're just walking ourselves or walking each other back to heaven or something to that effect. Really great song. Really great sentiment. So I was thinking, so I'm sharing my screen right here. I made this little PDF. I have it for download in my Buy Me a Coffee link and in my link tree, my regular link that has all the links. It's a free download, but I wanted to kind of like talk you guys through what I was thinking here. So, as a teacher, we teach about emotions and feelings and all the things and like how to feel your feelings and teaching kids like how to acknowledge other people's feelings, which is important, right? To have empathy and all of those good things. But I mean, quite honestly, you don't need anyone to really affirm your feelings. Like your feelings are yours and yours alone, and no one's truly going to understand like how you feel. Um, but what I started thinking was, when we are in this positive mindset, when we are living as our best, highest selves, we are living in these emotions that are we're forward facing towards heaven, right? Like we're marching towards heaven with these feelings of, and I just listed some of them, not all of them. Joy, when we're filled with joy, when we're filled with gratitude. Oh, I think I have gratitude twice. Serenity, interest, hope, pride, amusement, inspiration, awe, love, contentment, satisfaction, enthusiasm, confidence, relief, compassion, excitement, cheerfulness, affection, worthy, trusting, peaceful, calm, and bliss. Like those are just some of the adjectives that I came up with, some of the feelings, emotions. Those are all like positive growth. I'm creating, I'm doing, I'm feeling, I'm living in my highest, best self when I'm living in those feelings. And the coolest thing about feelings and emotions, everyone, in case you didn't know, is you get to choose, you get to decide how you are feeling about whatever, right? Not everything is always, rainbows and sunshine, but you do get to choose what emotion you set in, you live in. And when we are going away from heaven, and we all know what the opposite of heaven is, when we are living in these emotions, we are facing away from heaven. We don't have the faith. We are living in this pitiful victimhood, anger, annoyed, bitter, frustrated, panicked, worried, overwhelmed, stressed, sad, depressed, heartbroken, lonely, embarrassed, inferior, insignificant. So, those types of emotions, those feelings, you're no longer facing heaven anymore. So I wanted to put it in this perspective because I've seen it many, many ways. I've seen it just like in a T chart. We got our positive emotions over here, we got our negative emotions over here. I've seen it on a wheel, just like all the emotions, right? In a whole circle, and all the different words for all the different kind of emotions and feelings. But I've never seen it put this way. And when I kind of had this thought today, I was like, yeah, all of these positive emotions and feelings is when I'm feeling the most connected to heaven and to God and to Jesus. When I'm feeling those negative emotions, I don't feel close to heaven. I don't feel my spirit is not where I like for it to live, with contentment and happiness and joy. So I don't know if this will help anyone else, but for me, it just kind of made a lot of sense. And I'm like, Yeah, this makes sense to me because when we are living in these positive emotions and we can see things clearly and we have all the faith that in the end the good wins, right? In the end we are going to be saved and we are going to be good, right? Hopefully. Then it just makes it easier to kind of like redirect those negative feelings, and it is okay to feel those negative feelings. Like, we're human, that is going to happen. But when we allow ourselves to get stuck down there, stuck in those negative feelings, that's when we are drifting away, farther and farther away from heaven facing. And that's where I want to operate from. I want to operate in a place where I am heaven facing. I don't know about you, but that's what I want to do. And in my little free download, I also just kind of um, jotted down a couple questions for you to kind of contemplate, maybe write them in your journal, think about how do we live a life or you can put them in the comments here. How do we live a life that living in the towards heaven feelings? Like, so how do we set up our day where we are living in those feelings where we are heaven facing? How do we avoid staying too long in the away from heaven feelings, right? Like, we're going to feel those feelings sometimes. We are human. How do we not get stuck there, right? So, what can you do to kind of get yourself unstuck back towards heaven facing? And then set your eyes on heaven and make your way back to heaven focused feelings or emotions. You will become more effective with this with practice. And if you're just starting out with kind of like some thought exercises and getting positive and staying positive, this may take a lot of practice, but I just really liked the idea of just like, instead of just comparing like one side's our positive emotions, one side's our negative emotions, I liked the idea of one is like holy towards heaven. I'm making my way back. I'm making my way back home, which I want it to be heaven, and not get stuck in those feelings that the enemy wants us to stay stuck in. We don't want to stay stuck there. Get out of those. Whatever you got to do, get out of those. You want to start pulling yourself up to these more positive feelings here. Well, anyways, I hope that this made sense to you. If it did, please drop me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to download it either in my Buy Me a Coffee link or my regular Linktree link. And follow me, please. Subscribe to MommaMindy 5 on YouTube. That's where I talk about this kind of stuff. And I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think about this concept. I've never seen it quite put this way. And when I thought about this today, it just really clicked for me. So I hope that it helps you as well. All right, I'll see you next time.